Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, and forever. Amen.
This is Chris Akers, head football coach of your Gate City Blue Devils, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be and however you may be listening to us. Thank you for making us a part of your beautiful Friday afternoon. This is Joe Carter, along with Rob Ferguson and Chris and Amber Carr. We're coming to you live from the campus of Gate City High School at Legion Field for what should shape up to be an exciting year for our Blue Devils as they open the 2018.
Let's have a big hand for all these future football players and cheerleaders who have participated in this year's program. Thank you very much.
We're in the middle of introductions of the Little League, but anyway, both Richlands and Gate City are coming off somewhat, again, down years last year from these storied programs, but the Blue Devils and the Blue Tornadoes look to turn their futures around tonight as they start with opening night. We're going to have an in-depth look at the Gate City's Richlands matchup here in just a few minutes, but first we're going to talk about the Southwest Virginia and Upper East Tennessee teams, and I'm going to give you my 4-point stance and what we'll be watching for in tonight's football games. Then the starting lineups and everything you need to know to get set for an exciting night of football here. Again, the kickoff of the Blue Devils football season. So we're going to take about a minute break and come back with our 4-point stance. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be, thank you again for listening. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
For exceptional Mexican food and the perfect place to stop in before heading out to watch another Gate City victory, La Carreta Express in Weber City offers a tremendous menu of authentic Mexican cuisine at a great price. La Carreta proudly supports Blue Devil Sports, and they're open 7 days a week, even until 10 p.m. every night except Sunday. So dine in with them today or give them a call at 276-386-7000 for call-in orders. Again, that's 276-386-7000. And they're located next to Weber City Drug on U.S. Highway 23 in Weber City.
And we're back again. Now we're ready for my not three, but 4-point stance. Again, 4 things to be watching for in tonight's high school games. First thing to be watching for is the teams that don't beat themselves. They will win these games. This is more true tonight than any other week of the year. The highest turnover and penalty rates of a season are during weeks 1 and 7. During week 1 as the first game of the season, and week 7 is usually whenever they either have time changes or they start. I'm sorry?
We need rosters. You have a copy of Gate City starting lineup.
They're getting it right now.
Okay.
Sorry about that, folks. Getting back to my first of the 4-point stance. Again, the teams that don't beat themselves. Last year, the team who committed more turnovers lost a staggering 92% of the time in our region, and those that had the most penalty flags lost 88% of the time. The teams that don't hurt themselves will win their games again. You can book that. So again, the first one is teams don't beat themselves week 1. Second is which teams will have the most overall depth. The first weeks of the season are the hottest, and you have cramps, dehydration. Playing a full 48 minutes for the first time can lead to mental and physical fatigue faster than any part of the season. The ability to use more players gives teams advantages, especially in the first 3 weeks of the season. For example, both Gate City and Richlands returned 16 of their 22 starters from a year ago, but the team with subs that can make the difference tonight could turn the tide and see who's deeper and get the win. Third thing to be watching for is will home field advantage in openers be as successful as over the past few years? Over the last 5 years in our region, teams who've opened up at home in week 1 have won an average of 64% of the time. 64% of the time, the highest rate of any week during the regular season. Conversely, the lowest average winning percentage for home teams is in week 6 at just 50.6%. That is the typical week for homecoming for most teams. Will the trends continue in 2018? Let's find out. And the fourth thing to be watching for tonight is will there be a carryover effect from last year? Some teams play to prove that down year was just a fluke. Some don't give it a second thought. Some coaches use it as motivations while others preach to build upon the success of a year. Yet others say just let it go. Will our Scott County teams, who went 4-26 combined last year, bounce back? Or is this a trend that's going to continue? Twin Springs and Rock Cove both have new head coaches, and Gate City returned 16 starters. We're about to find out. The stat of the week in our region last year. Teams that started the first 3 weeks going 2-1 or 3-0 made the playoffs 92% of the time. Again, teams that start fast, they go to the playoffs. What do you think, Mr. Chris? Got Chris Carr in here. Help us out with some stats. Got him going. But anyway, what's your thoughts about the 2018 football season?
Well, it's a great night for tonight. It looks like there's going to be a good crowd on hand. It should be a good matchup tonight.
It's again, like I said, yeah. If you're coming, you better come now because the parking is at a premium here tonight. So again, starting here, we'll talk a little bit about Northeast Tennessee and jump over to Southwest Virginia. We'll get our Gate City and Richlands previews coming up. So we'll take about another 30-second break. Start into that. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Ken Russell's Barbershop wants to wish the Gate City Blue Devils the best for a great season and wants to thank all of the Blue Devil fans, alumni, and students for their patronage over the last 30 years. And to look your best at the next Blue Devil sporting event, stop by and see Ken and Joey on your way to the game. They are located on Lynn Garden Drive in Kingsport next to Collins Auto Center. Proud supporters of local athletics for almost 4 decades, Ken and Joey Russell say, "Go Big Blue!"
And we're back here live from Legion Field in Richlands, Gate City. Coming up here in just about an hour, about 35 minutes away. The old 7:30 time still got me thrown off. But anyway, let's talk about Northeast Tennessee really quick and go through a few of these games. Talking about Campbell County and Davy Crockett. Last week, Crockett's junior running back Raquel Joyner had 153 yards rushing in his first ever varsity start. Again, breaking it down, I believe, though, Campbell County coming off their big win last week. They put up some monster numbers. I think they get Davy Crockett this week, 32-28 at Campbell County. What do you think, Chris?
I think you're probably going to be right. David Crockett is going through some changes this year, going through maybe a little bit of growing pains. They had some issues last year on and off the field.
Mm-hmm.
I probably look for Campbell County to take this one.
There you go. Unicoi County and Sullivan East. Unicoi County, a lot of high expectations, thinking they might actually win that particular division over in Upper East Tennessee. But running back Cody Lewis had 209 total yards last week of offense for Unicoi County. Sullivan East, though, fell to Johnson County. This week, I've got Unicoi County winning a closer than maybe expected game, 35-20, over at the Patriot Palace, or Pasture. They still call it the Pasture.
It's fine to know. Sullivan East is kind of a hard team to pick. They're either all the way up or all the way down.
And I think they'll be down 0-2. It's hard to start in that 4A group. Elizabethton at home taking on South Green. Elizabethton coming off that huge win against Science Hill. Parker Hughes had his best production of his career last week at 5 receptions, 97 yards and 2 scores again as Elizabethton pulled off the upset of Science Hill. South Green comes in, and I've got Elizabethton winning this one big. Elizabethton 56, South Green 7.
I think Betsy's loaded, and I think they may make a run this year.
I think they're probably scoring already, and they haven't even got off the bus yet. South End Volunteer, probably one of the premier games of Northeast Tennessee this week. Again, Volunteer, absolutely just throttled Happy Valley last week. Sullivan South fell to Daniel Boone 28-14 in a game that they actually outgained Daniel Boone. But this one, that's 1-0 versus 0-1. I don't think South can fall 2 weeks in a row. I've got Sullivan South winning this one at Volunteer 36-14.
But Daniel Boone's a solid team. They are each year. They're well coached, well prepared. I believe Sullivan South will pull this one out of the Falcons. Hampton
at Johnson County. Again, this Hampton, both teams coming off of, of course, Johnson County 14-0 shutout over Sullivan East last week. Hampton, though, an uncharacteristic beating last week, but they're going up to Johnson County this week. I've got Johnson County edging out Hampton. I don't know if I'd say that, but Longhorn's defense last week just gave up 112 yards. I've got Johnson County winning a close one, 28-26.
Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns. Cherokee and South Doyle. South Doyle comes in. They're in the driver's seat right now in this particular matchup. They opened up with a 52-3 smackdown of the Maryville Heritage team. The Chiefs' new quarterback though, Trey Courtney, counted for 295 yards of offense last week, but don't think it's going to be enough. I've got South Doyle winning this one on the road, 40-20.
I'm going to go with my heart on this one. I used to teach down in Rogersville, and I know several of the boys on Cherokee's team, so I'm going to have to. I'm about to go with Cherokee.
Cherokee.
Follow my heart, not my head.
Well, it happens, and it may very well. I hope for especially the local teams that they do come out well. Sullivan Central and Chucky Doak. Sullivan Central, of course, mired in that long losing streak. Chucky Doak comes in, off an impressive win over Pigeon Forge last week. Quarterback Jackson Harrison totaled 289 yards of offense, though, for Sullivan Central in that loss to Sullivan North. I've got Chucky Doak continuing the streak. Chucky Doak 30, Sullivan Central 27.
This may ruffle some feathers, but I think Sullivan Central is looking forward to that high school consolidation. They're just not really a good team right now.
And that's been what they're 36 games now in counting. So there we go. Sullivan North, the Fighting Preston Patricks, head on the road down to Northview Academy. Running back Dale Potter had 138 yards last week for Sullivan North, but I think Northview has just got too much speed. Again, playing at home, Sullivan North, I think, falls on the road 32-14.
It's hard to beat the private schools, and like Central, I think North would benefit from the consolidation, take the best of both schools. I agree with you. Northview Academy big.
There we go. Cloudland and North Green. Cloudland, again, Michaela Benefield, had 186 yards of offense last week. I think Cloudland rolls over North Green 40-22.
North Green's one of those teams that's you don't know what you're going to get, so I think we'd be safe going with Cloudland.
Dobbins Bennett at Oak Ridge. I know probably the pick that you're going to go with, but again, Greenville quarterback Cade Ballard, a highlight reel performance last week, 401 yards in that game, at 43-3 loss. I've got Oak Ridge at home, 28-20.
As a DB alum, it's hard. They took it on the chin last week, and if the game was played in Kingsport, it might be the other way around. But I'm afraid you're going to be right on this one.
Unfortunately, probably true. But so we're going to take a break here and jump over to Southwest Virginia, and then again we'll get into our Gate City Richlands matchup here in just a few minutes. As the teams are warming up, the crowd's filling in. It's a great night for football. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for listening. We are the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Tremendous customer service, affordable prices, and outstanding work. That's what you're going to find at State Line Collision. They take care of all your collision repair, body work, paint, and automotive needs for everyone in Southwest Virginia and Upper East Tennessee. And they want to take this opportunity to say thank you for the thousands they've been allowed to serve, and they look forward to serving the next thousands into the future. So if you've got a need, give them a call. 423-392-0828. Again, 423-392-0828. State Line Collision, proud supporters of Gate City Athletics. Whether you're headed out to the game or if you're just looking for something great to eat, stop by and see the outstanding folks at the Campus Drive-In on Kane Street in Gate City. Campus Drive-In supporting Gate City Athletics for over 60 years, and they have a tremendous selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and they're open 7 days a week. Also go in and ask about their new ice cream machine as well. So give them a call for call-in orders at 276-386-3702. Again, that's 276-386-3702.
This is Kate Pendleton of the Gate City basketball and softball teams, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
And we are back, and again, ladies and gentlemen, it's right around 6:30. Again, both teams warming up. The Gate City marching band coming in right now, and again, the place is kind of at a fever pitch right now. The Richlands group has already set up their they're coming out to blow up balloon, and they're ready to roll, and Gate City is doing as well on their side. But we're going to touch base here now with our Southwest Virginia predictions and go over those, and then again take another break. We'll be back with that and listen to the starters, and away we go. So if I get through the paperwork here, we'll be good. So let's talk quickly. Again, we'll jump through these pretty quick. Again, there's more games in Southwest Virginia than Upper East Tennessee tonight. Bluefield and Graham, this is a rivalry game all the way through. Graham seems like they've just been on the short end of this. Graham probably has